Hello everyone, I am Dr. B.V Satish Babu. Now I am going to explain my seed funded project to develop low cost water monitoring system for rural communities. In this project we have used Edge AI device that make use of weights that are calculated using machine learning algorithm, and these weights are used to decide the water quality. This project doesn't need any internet connectivity or connectivity to the cloud resources, and it doesn't need any expensive setup to decide the water quality parameters. Now let me explain the different components of this project. This prototype is mainly equipped with 4 sensors. Out of these 4 sensors, 3 sensors are fixed as one single unit like TDS sensor, turbidity sensor as well as temperature sensor. And the fourth sensor is the pH sensor. pH sensor is present inside this box and will be connected separately. Coming to the other components of this prototype, this is ESP32 board 1 and it is connected to the pH sensor. It is connected to the temperature sensor as well as the turbidity sensor, and this is ESP32 board 2 which is connected to the small OLED display as well as the TDS sensor. This is the TDS meter which acts as the TDS sensor module, and this is the pH sensor module connected to the separate 9 volts power supply, and this is the pH sensor stand which is used to hold the pH sensor during the experimentation. Now let me rotate this prototype and have a look what we have the backside of this prototype. Coming to the backside of this prototype, we have a stand that holds these 3 sensors, as well as we have one box that contains the power adapter which is used to power up all 3 sensors, and this is the cloth based pH sensor wire holder, and this is the schematic diagram of the prototype which we have developed. Now let me connect the pH sensor and keep it in the proper sensor stand. Let me open this box. Once you open this box, you will see that pH sensor along with its wire adapter. Just take it gently and close that box. Inside this box, you can see we have different pH solution related chemicals, and as well as KCl solution to calibrate the pH sensor. Let me close this box. So this is the pH sensor, and this pH sensor, at one end we will be having the adapter analog sensor pin which we are going to connect it to the pH sensor module, and coming to the other end, this pH sensor is always soaked in a potassium chloride solution, and once we done with the pH sensor, we have to keep this pH sensor glass tube inside this KCl solution. So let me place this pH sensor in its position in the pH sensor stand, and let me use this wire and let me connect this pH sensor in its position. See, we have to connect everything in gentle manner. Now if we rotate this prototype in the backward direction, we have one cloth based wire sensor holder. So you just keep this extra wire here and just use this holder to close to hold that extra wire of the pH sensor, and now rotate this prototype as it is. Now we have pH sensor in its position, and we have to power up everything in order to test the prototype. Before starting the experimentation and powering up of everything, let me explain the basic process of this prototype. This board ESP32 board 1 is going to act like a sensor board 1, and this board 1 is going to collect the different sensor water quality parameters, and those parameters are transmitted wirelessly to this second ESP32 board. This second ESP32 board is going to act like an edge AI device because it process everything, it makes computation, and it applies machine learning algorithm called random forest regression. This random forest regression algorithm is used to calculate weights based upon the predefined data sets, and those weights are used by this edge AI device, and it calculates water quality index WQI. This WQI is calculated based upon the four sensor values. One value from the pH sensor, another value from the turbidity sensor, another value from the TDS sensor, and finally from the temperature sensor. Based upon these four sensor values, this edge AI device is going to calculate the WQI values, water quality index values, and based upon the WQI values, it displays the message whether the tested sample is poor, or it needs the treatment, or it is an excellent quality. This is the basic working of this entire prototype. Now let me power up this entire prototype. Let me start with the pH sensor. Here we have one small switch which is connected to the 9 volts battery. So if we switch on this, uh, you will be seeing that pH sensor module is up and ready. Now let me power up the edge AI devices along with the sensors. So in order to power up them, we have the power adapter in the beside of this prototype. These are the power adapters. So first we need to connect the edge AI device, which acts like an the initiation point, and in the sequence we need to connect the ESP32 board 1. So let me connect this adapter to the power supply, and let me first connect the cable to the edge AI device. So gently, we have to connect everything gently as it is fixed in the breadboard. So once we connect, you can see that the ESP32 board 2, which is acting like a GI device, has powered up. Now let me connect in the sequence. Now let me connect the second board also. So second board is also connected. Now the everything is ready. So on this pH sensor also. So now all the sensors as well as ESP32 boards, pH sensor module as well as TDS meter, everything is powered up, and we are ready to test the sensors on the samples. Let me take one sample of water. So this is the sample one. This is the sample one. This is sample one is having the plain tap water. So I'm going to use this tap water, and I'm going to test what kind of results that our prototype is giving. So let me check. So first of all, let me open this pH sensor. So pH sensor is already present in the KCl solution. So gently remove this the pH sensor tube. So do it gently, otherwise it will spill the KCl solution on our hand. It is not good. So gently open the pH sensor and keep this KCl solution plastic bottle in the pH sensor as it is. So keep this sensor in the water sample. In the same way, take these three sensors and keep it in the water. As we can see, as we can see, the ESP32 board 2, that means edge AI device is giving the result the excellent quality, because this is a tap water, it doesn't contain the too much of pH, as well as it is not having any turbidity or dissolved solids. So the result is the excellent quality. Now let me just take this sensor out of this sample one. So once you complete one sensor reading, it is necessary to keep these sensors clean. If we are not keeping these sensors clean, then we are not going to get the proper readings for our next sample. So let me clean this tip of the sensors. So I am just cleaning the tip of the sensors. Tip of the sensors is clean, and just keep it here for a while and take the pH sensor and just keep this sample 1 aside. Now take this sample 2, which is like a contaminated water which contains high turbidity. Let me see how our prototype is going to respond. Keep this pH sensor in the sample 2, as well as keep this 3 sensors in the uh, water. As you can see, now it has produced the result poor and unsafe, because this water, whatever the sample 2 you are seeing right now, it is like a dirty water, it is a contaminated water. It contains so many solids, as well as it contains the pH, and its turbidity value is also high. So our prototype is showing that this water sample is poor and unsafe for the intake. So let me remove these 4 sensors out of the sample again. And once you remove, remember, you have to clean the tips of the sensor, because once you want to take another reading, this sensor should not contain any contaminants which are received from the previous sample. So just try to keep the sensors clean and keep it on the sensor stand. Similarly, take this pH sensor out and just gently clean it up to remove the contaminants which are produced, which are resulted from the previous sample. Now again, just trying to test it one more time. Take this sample 1, which is the tap water, and I am trying to test my prototype one more time. So I am just keeping it here, as you can see. So my prototype, the edge AI device, which is using random regression ML algorithm, is producing the accurate results, saying that the whatever sample 1 is the sample that has an excellent quality water quality parameters. So again, take the sensors out of the sample and clean the tips of the sensors, and keep the sensors clean and keep it in its respective place. And once you finish with the pH sensor, you just try to just clean it up, it's the glass tube, and then take this KCl solution bottle and gently try to push it downwards. Just try to push it downwards. Once you finish, place that sensor in its respective pH stand. So this is the project low cost water quality monitoring system for rural communities. This prototype is not at all using any internet, or it is not at all connected to any cloud resources, and it is not performing any expensive computational algorithms, because the random regression which we are using to calculate the weights, this ML algorithm, we are uh, we are using this random forest regression in the Google Colab separately in other system, and then we obtain the weights in the offline mode. And then in the offline, once we get those weights using the predefined datasets we have, those weights are embedded in the code of this AGI device. This AGI device is going to use those weights. Based on those weights, it will be giving the priority to the readings of this sensor. Some of these sensors may be giving the values which are very influential to decide the water quality, and some of these sensors are giving the values which are very influential to decide the water qualities. Based on that, this random forest regression is going to produce the weights, and we are going to use those weights in this edge AI device. Once you finish, you just keep everything clean. Just remove the power cables gently. Gently remove the power cable, switch on the pH sensor module, and once you finish, take out this pH sensor out of the stand, and remove this pH sensor cable we have, and remove its holder. Gently remove it, and once you finish, just keep this pH sensor in its respective box. So try to keep everything clean, because as we have to work with the water samples along with the power supply, it will be suggestible, recommended to work the in the nice environment. We have to keep everything clean. And one thing we need to remember is we always need to calibrate the pH sensor, and we need to soak the pH sensor glass tube in the KCl solution, potassium chloride solution. If we do this in the regular intervals, we will be getting the accurate results from the pH sensor. And once you finish the readings from one particular sample, we need to keep the sensors clean. So sensors, keep the sensors clean after every reading. So this is our prototype. This is the low cost water quality monitoring system for rural communities, which has been developed using edge AI that make use of ML algorithm called random forest regression. And I thank Siddhartha Academy of General and Technical Education for funding this project. And this project has been patented already, and we thank our institution for providing support to complete this project. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.